All right. Let's go ahead and get another video going, guys. Welcome back to King Midas Collects. I got some comic books for you guys. But first, we got a comic book show today over in Annandale, VA. Schoff Promotions, Cards and Comics. It was okay. It was all right. Nice little turnout because of the weather. However, during this period of the year, right? We're in the going into spring, into the summer, right? Con season. So we had C2E2 out in Chicago going on. We had a con in Fayetteville happening. We had something in Hagerstown, PA happening. Fayetteville, Virginia, I believe. Or is it Fayetteville, North Carolina? I don't know. Whatever. It's on the East Coast. So those were happening alongside this one. So, you know, people were kind of picking and choosing where they wanted to go. You can definitely tell that some of the main vendors that tend to get more than 2 tables weren't set up. So they were definitely at some of the bigger shows. Hoping to take advantage of that, but we just kind of scaled back and didn't bring the right stuff. We tried to do dollar boxes, but there was a little miscommunication between myself and my partner. So I had to scramble this morning to pack my own car, my own vehicle last minute, even though the wife needed the vehicle. And, you know, we just ended up not having kind of the right stuff that I wanted to bring that I knew that would pop more as dollar books. But that's okay. You know, they're still in the garage. They're not going anywhere. And hopefully we can set up at the flea market this weekend coming up. With that being said, we made some deals. We were able to sell books, so that's the most important part. More people are getting the card. More people are getting exposure to deep ink collectibles. So be sure to check out the website, listing books on there constantly. Join the newsletter, you know, and ask us what you're looking for. Like, please, sincerely, if there is a book that you need to fill your run with, I'll go diving. I'll go diving for it. All right, so let me show you guys what came in this week. We got an order from 2 weeks ago, I believe, from Things from Another World. We have some My Comic Shop variants from this past week, and just other things from the collections that we got, just cool books to show you guys. So let's start off with our reprints. We have Ultimate Spider-Man issue 2, 3rd print. So that's a Peach Momoko 3rd print there. All right. And then we have the 2nd print for Ultimate Black Panther number 2. You know, those books are going crazy. So if they put a new cover on these reprints, I love it. I'll pick them up. Issue number 3, drop that Boss Logic. Beautiful book. Next up, some Pablo, some Lobos goodness here on Wonder Woman issue number 10. Oh, 8, excuse me. I knew I was going to say 8, and I don't know. I was like, let me jump up. That's what I get for not being, you know, right on top of these books as they come out and reading them. Then we have this Tedesco here on 8. I want to say that FOC Online made this look a lot cooler. It doesn't look as great in person, but it's still a pretty cool cover. Some more Momoko goodness here. What If Venom issue number 3. Don't know what that's about, but it looks pretty cool. Then some Vampirella goodness, 668, some Carla Cohen, and Lucio Barrio, of course. This really cool series from AWA's You and I don't know if it's like a young romance style book, but I like these throwback B cover variants that they've been doing. Look fantastic. So it looks like those teen heartthrob books from the 50s and 60s. Next up, we got Raza on that War Journal for Green Lantern. I showed you guys the Virgin variant last week of this one, but here is the normal trade dress. E.M. Gist on Fall of the House of X, issue number 4. Then we have Dead X-Men, issue number 4. Jung-Gun Yoon. That's how you pronounce it. I'll show you this one first. So Udon book here for Darkstalkers Jeddah, one of the villains. And of course, we got a little fuchsia-esque blank. I blanked out on the blank. Look at that. Pun intended. And of course, instead of drawing Jeddah on this, I think somebody needs to draw Morgan on this, right? It's the only character you need. Or Felicia. We have some Derek Chu on the Catwoman, issue 64. 2 of those. Not really sure why on the Chu I grabbed 2. That rhymes. In Hyuk Lee, doing one of the variant covers. And then, of course, on the A covers, we always buy them Nakiyamas. So good to have that. Next up, we have a Black Widow Hawkeye, issue number 2, the vampire variants. I'm not sure what's the deal with this. Is this like an anniversary for Dracula or something? Don't mind the computer noises. Anyway, this is giant-sized chillers with Dracula, and I believe is it Satana on the cover there? One of the vampire queens. But that is a really good Marvel key book to find. I do have a couple copies of that. We have this awesome World's Finest Issues 26 foil logo variant, which is kind of funny that DC is now FOCing these as opposed to like big time collectibles, putting out those like anniversary. They did it for each one of the DC characters where there was like a different color for all of Wonder Woman, Flash, Green Lantern especially, right? Anyway, let's keep moving. Daniel Acuna, Avengers Twilight, Book 5. We have this awesome Sujum Army of Darkness Forever, issue number 7, with all those zombie-looking girls around them. And it's really cool. I always support Ashley Wood, so 7174 AD, issue number 1. Just, I don't know, Ashley Wood just has some of the most unique and crazy visuals I've ever experienced in comics. So I really, anything that he puts out, I tend to pick up. So those are the normal issues, and now we have magazine-size issues that came bundled up really nice and neat in this package. So first up, second printing here for the Batman First Night. Then we have these awesome Vampiress Carmilla magazines that they keep putting out. Love them because of the throwback to the Vampirella mags. And then, of course, issue number 2, Penthouse drops. So we got the Marguerite Sauvage. I can't remember who the artist is on that, but you guys can figure out what's going on there. I can show it because it's not polybagged. We do have one of the polybag ones this week that is polybagged, right? Can't show you that. We have the Vecchio, right? Cover, and then topping it off with the lyric cover there. Beautiful. If you actually read the first issue of Penthouse, it was really interesting how they were determining if they made not necessarily a mistake, but they ran into the what would you say, dilemma, the argument, the issue that the last couple of years that we had with AI art. They actually commissioned somebody to do a cover for them and didn't realize that they were going to use AI. And in the issue, they knew it was divisive, especially in this space for comic books. However, they decided it was a good talking point, so they decided to continue using the AI art. They never recalled the book, they just never put it out. But they did put it out as a variant exclusive cover, so you can still buy the AI Penthouse 1 cover version. So it's very interesting. And then they asked some people in the industry like Joshua Swaby, I think Marguerite Sauvage was interviewed too, where they were just asking about their opinions on AI art. But the AI artist in question that did the cover put their spin on it too, and why they used AI to help enhance the artwork that they were making. And we do understand what the purpose, what the intention originally of AI was, as a moderator to kind of help push along. And I think obviously people have taken it in their own hands, spun it a certain way, and they kind of use it to take advantage, right? So it does put other artists not necessarily in jeopardy, but like it just makes them like, man, hey, I have all this talent where I can do it myself, and yet you have somebody over here that's just like snap of a finger, boom, and it defeats the purpose. It takes away my livelihood essentially. So very, very interesting. You all know how Playboys are, Penthouse is, the OG mags, right? They were always about their articles too. And with this Penthouse comic book, you do have a couple like photo shoot stuff because it's Penthouse, but they're very adult-oriented comics talking about interesting themes. And I believe all the articles that are featured in these books are very, very good and intuitive. So, and here's the, am I gonna get banned? It's the polybagged one. Okay, so I'm supporting it. That's why I bought each one of the covers, and I like the covers anyway, right? Real artists doing real work. So, moving on. Some variants from this past week. Jenny Frison. There's nothing. These are icon variants for Red Sonja, issue number 10. This was the 10th cover for the 10th issue from the 2013 run. They're just putting the border around them. They're doing foils of these too, which are kind of cool to grab. So, Go get them. Next up, they put out a new Dick Tracy #1 book this past week. I forgot the publisher there. Was it Mad Cave, right? Mad Cave, yeah, 10th anniversary for Mad Cave Studios. But this is the Francavilla, and of course, nobody does, noir as good as Francavilla in my opinion. So good to have a cover, Dick Tracy cover by him, and then the Dan Panosian Dick Tracy, which is fantastic. Love that cover. Next up, we got the Kale New, I believe that's Kale New on the Ultimate Spider-Man issue #4. This is an interesting book because this is the first appearance of Gwen Stacy from this particular universe for Ultimate Spider-Man. And then the C cover, I believe, actually has her first cover appearance too. They're all eating dinner and she's like throwing her head back laughing. Next up, we got the 1 in 25 Harley Quinn from this week. Brand new artist here. I haven't heard of. Oh no, it's just Adam Warren. Adam Warren too. It says 2K23. Interesting on the bottom there. So that means that was commissioned a while ago. We have the final issue for this run of TMNT. We got the Sophie Campbell 150 here. Beautiful. There's a foil version of this book too that is absolutely beautiful. A little bit more expensive for me. I wanted to opt for this 1 in 10, I believe it is. That way I can buy a couple more variants as opposed to spending a little bit more on the foil. Next up, we have the Something is Killing the Children, issue 36, right? Yeah, Scott W. Forbes on that one. Erica Slaughter. The best book from this past week for SIKTC was the Art Germ FOC reveal, which literally revealed that cover and the artist like a week before the book dropped, so that was not fair. However, we were able to secure several copies because y'all know how I feel about Art Germ. Unfortunately, since I'm not really going to my LCS, they don't really order indies anymore. I couldn't get the thank you variant, and the 1 in 50 Virgin was definitely sold out on my comic shop, so couldn't get it. I couldn't even get those Arthur Adams books, the Spider-Man 48 Black Cat, and then you had was it X-Men Forever? Art Adams Mystique. I can't remember which X-Men book it was, but it came out this week and I missed out. Next up, all the Dazzler craze right now. We got issue 130. This is a facsimile, but this is a 1 in 25 Lupacino. Yeah, Lucia. Oh, no, it is Luciano Vecchio. Okay, sorry, excuse me. Misspoke there. So that is just the 1 in 25. I think it's unique. 1 in 25s for facsimiles. Like, why are you doing that? But there's not going to be very many copies of that, in my opinion. And the last from my comic shop here, Creatures from the Black Lagoon, the 1 in 50 Joelle Jones there. Beautiful, beautiful book. Glad to have it. The Josh Middleton and the Alex Ross covers this week for this particular book. Awesome. There's a Jenny Frison coming out for issue #3, I believe, so I got to make sure I FOC that. I think it's a variant because it's not on FOC. If it's the 1 in 25, I can't get it. I have to wait till the day of. And then I missed out on the Briar issue #6, Jenny Frison, that drops on, I want to say May 14th, May 15th, something like that. So, all right, last bit that we're going to show you guys real quick as this stack right here is piling up. Just some random stuff that has come through with the collection. So Top Dog issue 10, I think that's cool to see. Spider-Man's on the cover. We got that Racer X newsstand. We have all 4 issues for volume 1 newsstand, so that's really cool. This book was hot for a minute. Remember this, guys? Issue 53, Superman, Truth, Justice, and the American Way, Saluting the Flag. Newsstand copy there, so cool to see that. We got some Battlestar Galacticas. These, for whatever reason, have some value to them. So we're going to add that to the collection. Get it some nice new bags and boards. One of them is a newsstand and the others were directs. Remember, 1978 and 1979 directs are actually more rare than their newsstand counterparts. Because that was the, iteration, the first wave of actual comic book stores opening up. Next up, we have these cool Action Comic 1000 variants. There's the Dynamic Forces. Who is this again? Dan Jurgens and Kevin Nolan, I guess, on there, but it's got the certificate of authenticity for 1,938 copies of this particular black and white. There's also a color variant of this. Really cool that it's 1938 because that was, of course, issue 1 of Action Comics. Which, continuing on to 1,000, this beautiful Michael Cho 1940s variant there. Still just a cover price book, what, $8, right? And then another Dynamic Forces variant here. This is the Kurt Swan sketch variant. Just some mid-Copper Age Wonder Womans here. So towards the end here, issue 319. Remember when 329 issues of volume 1. We got issue 284. Back at Action Comics again. 100 issues prior to that 1,000. We got issue 900 here. Superman denounces his U.S. citizenship to become a citizen of the entire planet. So that was controversial back in the day. This is the second print. Hard to find second print. We had some Batman family books in Mylar, so cool to add those. Good to see those. Ragman in the house. Issue 200 anniversary issue, Justice League of America newsstand wraparound. Love to see the wraparounds. And then just for fun, we'll end it with James Bond Jr. from Marvel. So, a lot of random assortment of books, some really, really cool variants. Glad that I was able to show you guys these books. It's always fun. And we had a good time at the Annandale show. We have a little bit of a gap over the summer. I don't know if there's any shows that have openings, but we're going to try to see where we can set up. And hopefully we will move some more books. In the meantime, check out Facebook. If you're not in any of the comic book groups there, we're going to be doing sales, claim sales in the Facebook forums. And then on IG, we'll try to do some live IG sales on Saturdays. Get back to it. I know in the description here on YouTube, I say we do it every Saturday, but we've been missing a lot the last few weeks, so I want to be sure to get back to that because I appreciate you guys, and I really, really appreciate everyone checking out the videos. It's a lot of fun to make. I love talking about comic books. If you have a podcast out there and you want me on there, I won't shut up. So I think I'd be a good person to have on your show. So hey, word is out. Let me know. Until next time, guys, do all the great comic book stuff, all that pop culture goodness out there. Bag and boredom, enter the vault. We'll see you next time.